Hiya, and thank you so much for taking the time to actually watch this video. This video is all to do with distraction. Now, I'm doing this video because I believe that this is a fundamental reason why a lot of people perhaps don't achieve their goals and don't actually move in the direction that they might be wanting to go in. I think this actually relates especially to the young, obviously kids that are leaving school, but also adults as well. I know people around me who are adults and they're still guilty of making the same mistakes, if you like. Now, I believe that if we really want to achieve and we really want to move forward, then distraction is one of the main areas which we need to, if you like, pinpoint as being the thing that is causing us problems. Yeah, every person, whether they're successful or unsuccessful, we all get the same amount of hours in a day. We're all given that same period of time. Yes, our opportunities might be different because of what our circumstances might be, but initially, looking at it logically, we're all given the same amount of time to actually move forward, if you like. Now, distraction is, in my view, a major reason why people don't get on. I even look at my own life, and like sometimes you look at the amount of television that you watch, or you look at the amount of time wasted on doing things that don't really matter, and you know you have to look at what you're doing. This video is about making you look at what you're doing in your day. You know what I mean? People say about if you fail to plan, then obviously you plan to fail, and this is so true. This is where distraction comes into play. If you're allowing yourself to be distracted by social media for 2 hours a day, or it might be that you're big into television and you like TV, and that's distracting you for 3 or 4 hours a day. Well, then you need to realise that that's why you're not moving forward. Now, I don't want you to think that I don't do these things, because I do. I watch television, I watch social media, I love watching Netflix. I do. I'm guilty of it as well. But the idea of this video is to make yourself aware of these things that you're doing wrong. Because I do it now. I mean, me and my wife, we used to watch a lot of television, but we've recently now, we only really started watching telly about 9 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? Occasionally she might put something on at 7, but I don't. I've actually told myself I'm not gonna waste my time with it. And it ain't because I don't like doing it, because I do. But it's because I'm interested in personal development. I've got an interest in YouTube, and I've got an interest in bettering myself. And I can honestly say that I have seen gains in my own person, if you like. Because if you can divert somebody's attention that these things that are distracting you, if you can divert some of that attention into areas like interpersonal growth, then this is gonna enrich you in the future. Don't and like back to television. I honestly believe that a lot of people, they watch television and they watch Facebook, and they're looking at all these other things that are going on. And I said to my daughter recently, I said, in the day, Lauren, I said, all this is it's a distraction. Yes, it's good to watch television. It's good to watch things that make you laugh. I said to her, but I said at the end of the day, you need to be limiting the time you're doing it and looking at ways that you can use some of that time you're saving into personal growth. Because if you're serious about getting on in life, you've got to start making, if you like, almost make like a timetable of your day. Yeah, look at when most people, if you're like me, you have to go to work. You might go to work at 9, 8, you come home at 4, 5, whatever you do. But then look, you then got the rest of your evening. Be critical of yourself and say to yourself, how am I going to spend the rest of my day? It's good to do things you like. It's obviously that's why that's why we are here. Because we only get one life, and we obviously want to do things that we want to enjoy. But we need to realise that if we're only leading, um, average lives, and we're perhaps not doing the things that we want to do because we haven't got the money, then we need to realise that allowing ourselves to be distracted is taking us away from our real goal. Yeah, I honestly believe that, like I say, I'm not knocking television, but I'm using that as an example. But we watch television and we see these people leading these great lives, and you see these programs on TV about these young people up in Chelsea, and they're leading these lives. And surely, shouldn't we be saying to ourselves when we're seeing these programs that we want to be living that life? Because I honestly believe that a lot of people, especially people, they perhaps might not have had the direction when they've left school, then they might not have had the opportunity when they've obviously come out of school, that they're almost living their lives through these virtual platforms. They're watching these programs of these young people who are dressing nice and having all the nice things, and they don't realise that these very programs, these very distractions, they're taking you away from achieving it in real life. Don't make the mistake of living a virtual life. Keep all this Facebook. Everyone keeps worrying about what everyone else is doing. I mean, someone says to me sometimes about such and such and that, and I say to myself, I couldn't give a monkey's. I'm not interested in that. I don't care about who's just had a baby, what celebrities had a baby. I mean, I'm interested in my life. I'm interested in my family's life. I'm interested in my family doing well. I don't care. I don't not care. I don't want you to think that I'm the sort of person that, I haven't got time for anybody else, because that's not me. In fact, I'm totally the opposite. But I'm all for helping people who are around me, and who I can have a direct influence up, if you like, over my family, my beautiful children, because this is what matters. All these other distractions that are going on around us, all this negative news, it's poisoning our mind. It's poisoning our mind. How many times you watch the news and you hear about something, about someone's been hurt, or some terrible events happened somewhere, and it does me, it upsets me, and I think, how can anyone do that? And you don't realise, but that's having a negative effect on your mind. Yeah, our brains, the average person. Yeah, our brain is a sponge, and we are going to absorb anything that is put into our immediate environment. Now, these things can be positive things, they could be nice things, happy things, things that make you laugh, yeah, things that you do that make you feel like you've got a sense of achievement. They can be, you've helped someone, yeah, or they can be negative things. You can be watching something that's upsetting you, hearing about something that's upsetting you. Well, I'm sorry, but if you want to improve, whilst you mustn't, I ain't saying that you mustn't read a paper and you mustn't watch the news on occasion. Obviously, that would be we need to know to some degree what's going on in the world, but we haven't got to know everything, right? I believe that our time, your time, will be better spent, right, on improving your person, yeah? And like I say, this video is all to do with distraction. Distraction is costing you hundreds, thousands of pounds, because the time you're wasting watching this crap, I can't think of another word that describes it. You're watching this crap on telly, all these soaps that are just like, brainwashing us into thinking that that's the way to be. It's no good for us. It's no good for us. And it's something that I'm not doing now. Yes, I watch the news. I obviously want to watch the weather because I need to know what the weather's like. But I don't let myself get enveloped in negativity, because this negativity will only bring you down. And not only can it bring you down, it will change your direction. Yeah, it will change your direction. You know, sometimes I look at people. If I look close to home, I look at my son. He's left school now and he's looking for a way. We're perhaps going to start doing a little business together. And I said to him the other day, we was chatting about football because like, he's mad on Tottenham. He's a mad Tottenham supporter, and we were talking away. And as he's talking, he was talking about the different players, but he was talking about all the players. He wasn't just talking about Tottenham. He knew all the players. He knew where they played. He knew he knew how old they was. He knew the clubs. He knows what clubs have what clubs have won what trophies in what years. He knows it all. And I said to him the other day, I mean, I don't obviously discourage him. It's something that he loves and it's something that he enjoys. But I said to him, I said, mate, I said, you know all this information, don't you? And he went, yeah, Dad. And I said to him, I said, what does that tell you? And he said, what do you mean, Dad? I said, well, I said, you know all this information. I said, what does that actually tell me about you? And he went, what? I said to him, I said, it tells me that you can retain information because not everyone can do it. And he went, well, yeah. He said, I do remember things. So that's when I try to move him, if you like, to well, okay, if you can learn this and you can recall this, what about if you start learning this? It basically makes you. It's got to make you aware of your ability. Because so many people, they label people, they say, oh, he's not bright, or he can't do that, or he never done that, he never done that well at school, or he never done this and he never done that. But the truth of it is that just because he didn't doesn't mean that he cannot retain information. And it does not mean that you cannot learn and obtain betterment. And then if you can learn these things, you can create your own financial security. And this is what I think a lot of people now, they don't realise. They label people with these inaccurate titles, really. Yeah, I mean, like sometimes you hear about people that have gone to college and they've left college and they've got all these degrees and they've done this and they're supposedly, are supposed to be really clever. And they might be, but it doesn't mean that an average person who leaves school, who perhaps hasn't got a degree, it doesn't mean you haven't got the aptitude to actually get one. It might just mean that you wasn't pushed that way. Yeah? So don't beat yourself up. If you've come out of school and you ain't doing that great, or it might be that that you're an adult and perhaps your life ain't great. You might not have the greatest living accommodation. It might not be you're in the greatest job. This video and all my whole channel is designed at changing your mindset. It's aimed at making you believe that you can be whatever you want to be. Because the only person who is stopping you, it might be that you perhaps not got much belief in yourself. It might be that other people around you are telling you can't do it. They're putting you down, not meaning to, but it might be that they're perhaps having a negative impact on you. My channel is aimed at making you aware that you are whoever you want to be. Don't let these people around you, these negative people around you, change your change or try and influence your direction, because they might be leading a crap life. They might be leading a crap life. They might have always worked for the same company and they've had a fixed wage. They've not had to worry about money. It might be that they've been born into abundance. They've got loads of money. Yeah? It's your life. You make the decisions. Nobody else. Even your parents. I mean, I ain't saying don't listen to your parents. I mean, I try and influence and talk to my daughter sometimes and try and head her in the right direction. But you have got to understand that you are your own person. Yeah? You are your own person. And as long as you're not breaking the law, as long as you abide by society's rules, if you choose to go in a direction that perhaps you want to, achieve something, don't let anyone take that away from you. Because who is that person to do that? Who is that person to do that? Whoever they are. Because you cannot listen to these negative people. You know, I always think of Edison, the guy that made the light bulb. You know, story goes, he tried it, you know, he tried over 1,000 experiments before he got it to work. Imagine if someone had gone up to him after he'd perhaps tried 100 and said to him, I think you're wasting your time. You know, why don't you do something else? This obviously ain't working. Where would we all be now? Would we be in darkness? Would we have to wait for day to obviously have some light? So you can't listen to these people. Whenever anyone tells you that you cannot do something, that it's unachievable. I was told a while ago about YouTube. Oh, you're wasting your time. But I was told it by somebody who's got no understanding of YouTube. He doesn't know anything about YouTube. He doesn't understand what YouTube has done for me. But he's made a negative comment, right? Don't listen to these negative people because they ain't worth listening to. Yeah? So summing up, I'm going to end this video soon. Summing up, don't allow yourself to be distracted. Make a plan for your day. Just say to yourself, I'm going to do, every day, I'm going to do an hour of personal development. I'm going to read for half an hour a day. I'm going to think about what I want to achieve in my life for half an hour a day. I'm going to think about, you know, where I want to be. Some people talk about, and I've done one, I've done like a dream, like a bit of a dream board, what I want to achieve, where I want to be. Write it down. Write down what you want your income to be in a year, 2 years, 10 years time. Because if we don't do this and we don't set no positive mindset, then we are never going to get there. It's like saying, oh, I'm going on holiday. It's like someone saying, yeah, are you going to go on holiday next year? And you're not booking it. Yeah, I'm going to go away, but you've not actually booked it. If you get your credit card out and you say, do you know what? I'm booking it. I'm going to do it now. And I book it. It's booked. You've made that commitment. It's exactly the same with your life. You need to make a daily commitment to your well-being. You need to make a daily commitment to your health, your wealth, your happiness, your family, and your personal development. Because if you don't, you will pay an almighty price. You'll pay an almighty price because what are we talking about here? We're talking about you becoming more. We're talking about you achieving more and being happier, perhaps earning more money. Surely, you know, isn't it a no-brainer? Isn't it a no-brainer to think, well, why wouldn't we do that? You know, why do people go to college? To learn more, to become more educated. So why wouldn't we do this about ourselves? Why wouldn't we take the time? Why wouldn't we make the investment? And it ain't going to cost you anything. Why wouldn't you make the investment in yourself to move towards changing your mindset, towards planning your day, towards becoming more, becoming happier, healthier, yeah, richer, yeah? And I often talk about richness, people think about money. I'm not just talking about money. You know, me as I'm making this now, I've got a nice house, I've got a bit of money, but I ain't mega wealthy, but I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy with my life because at the end of the day, you could be a millionaire if you haven't got the people around you to share it with. If you haven't got the people that love you and that you love to be with, is it really important? You know what I mean? How are you measuring your success now? I've done a video, I'm going to do another video. Obviously, I update my videos, but even success. Are we looking at, you know, are we just measuring our success by how much money we have? Are we measuring our success by how big our house is? Because my wife said to me recently, we had this conversation, because sometimes I say to her, you know, I'm an open person. Sometimes I say, I feel like I'm not getting nowhere. I'm not, you know, I want to do more. I want to be better because I'm thinking about my two children who I love dearly. And she said to me, we had a conversation again the other day, and she said to me, but Cole, my name's Colin, she goes, but Cole, you are doing well. You are doing well. And she says, and she has to remind me, she says to me, look around you. Look around you. Look what you've got. Look what you've got. You've got a beautiful house. You've got 2 kids that love you. You've got dogs that you know that you love. You're not shit me. You know, what haven't you got? And sometimes this might sound stupid, but sometimes I even watch my own videos because when I'm watching other people's videos, because you have to be reminded of what and how you measure success. Yeah, you could be the richest man in the world. If you ain't got no one to share it with, does it really matter? Are you going to be happy? No. So start looking at your life. Start being critical of your ability or lack of ability, whatever the case may be, and looking how you can improve. Think about every single aspect of your life and remove, back to this video, and remove these negative influences, these distractions which are making you pay, like I say, a massive price. I watched a video recently by Brendan.com, and he talks about like you know, looking at the hours a day you're spending watching this other stuff, and how you could be using that time, even if you just used it in a mundane job and you was earning £5, £6 or £7 an hour. How much this could grow and better you if only you was to not waste that time. Yeah, yeah. For me, it really is. It's a no-brainer, right? Why wouldn't you make a small sacrifice? Say to yourself, an hour a day. I recently said to my daughter, I said, Lauren, whether she listens to me, you know, she don't always listen to me like my son does. But I said to her the other day, I said, even if you're only spending an hour, a couple of hours a day, look at what you can do to improve your situation. I try to get her to watch videos. She won't watch mine. Right? She said to me, it makes her feel worse when she watches me. But obviously, I'm her dad. But I said to her, watch, like there's a guy on YouTube, Stephen James, Project Life Mastery, and I watch all his videos. The geezer, like he's fantastic. Another guy, Brendan, he's got a channel, Brendan.com. I watched about 5 of his videos yesterday because the guy knows what he's talking about. He's leading an amazing life, yeah, and we have to. It's no good just wanting that life. You're unfair if you just want what you know. If you want what he wants, right? You're being unfair because what he's got, or obviously what these big gurus, if you like, in the personal development world, what they're achieving, they've earned. They've earned. So if you want to achieve, you have got to put the time, the effort, you've got to remove the distraction, and you've got to make a conscious decision to change your mindset. Because if you don't, it ain't going to happen for you. Please, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel, and also I'd really appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up. It would really help me out. If you have watched, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos, and I hope obviously that you do take something from them. If you know anybody else that obviously needs any help in personal development, I've got my own link now to YouTube. It's colintalks.co.uk. colintalks.co.uk. That will take you straight to my introduction video. But yeah, thank you so much. Obviously, some of my videos go on a bit. I don't mean them to, but sometimes you have to say what you want to say, and I'm good at doing that. But like I say, thank you so much. I really appreciate, if you'd like to say, if you did watch to the end, I really appreciate your view, and I hope to see you on another one of my videos. And whatever you try and head towards, make some sort of commitment to yourself. Make some sort of like, you know, I'm going to do this because you can. And the only thing that's giving you this disbelief, if you like, it's negativity. Yeah, there's videos on YouTube, You know, tap in how to believe more in yourself. Tap in how do I achieve, how do I become more confident? You know, tap in how can I approach people? How can I be a more positive person? It's all on YouTube. Yeah, it really is. Thank you.